What's up, everybody? Welcome to MTGV Crime Podcast. And today we're going to be talking about 12-year-old Jaylen Griffin, who went missing August 4th of 2020 in Buffalo, New York. Now, initially, when Jaylen went missing, the police immediately wanted to rule him as a runaway. And we all know when a child is ruled a runaway, they handle it completely different. They don't go looking for him like they should. They don't use all of their resources, and pretty much it's like nothing gets done. So this is a case that I've been watching for the past few days, and some new developments happened since they found his body. Now, it has almost been 4 years since this 12-year-old went missing, who the police tried to say that he was a runaway, or I should say that they treated him as a runaway. I'm telling you, y'all, this mother has gone through hell and high water fighting for her little boy, man, and it has been really sad to see this. Shout out to everybody in the building. Welcome in. Please smack the thumbs up if you have not already. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do. And if you are subscribed to the channel, please hit those notifications and select them again, because of course, YouTube is not sending out notifications. Welcome in BFF in the building, and welcome in Miss Patty. Thank y'all so much for being here. Shout out to my member in the building, Miss Patty. Thank you so much. Please smack those good members emojis. So, yeah, can y'all hear me okay? I'm going to turn the music down a little bit anyway. Let me switch the song up. But we in here. I got a few things I want to go over with this case and just catch y'all up with what's been going on. But like I said, this mother, she has caught hell, and she has since passed away, y'all. She passed away 7 months ago. So she don't even know that her son has been found. And it's just so sad, because not only did she pass away, but 7 months before Jaylen went missing, his 21-year-old brother got hit on his birthday, but he survived it. But 3 months, now that was 7 months before Jaylen went missing, his brother was shot on his 21st birthday, his oldest brother. 3 months after Jaylen went missing, his brother that was closer to him, he was 18 years old. He had just graduated from high school recently, and he was unalive walking from the store. Now, Jaylen came up missing walking to the store. It almost feels like this family is being targeted for whatever reason, man. I mean, that hasn't been said or proven or nothing like that, but it's like, man, this mother has got to have to feel attacked. And not only that, with the police not looking for her son or ruling him as a runaway, they are really quick to do that in a lot of cases. When they do that, like I said, they don't have to do as much work as they would if they ruled them the right way. I mean, and so right now they are working to try to change the law. Whether a child is a runaway or not, they need to treat them as a child, because listen, if a family, the mother, the parents don't know where the child is, then they are in danger. They don't have permission to be out there, and there's no reason why these kids should not be ruled as a child, like as a child of a parent who don't know where you are. You need to be found. We know how dangerous the world is. So why would you just leave a child out there? Oh, they ran away. They'll turn up. This is a 12-year-old we're talking about. I happened to run, and I don't have it, but I happened to run into a clip of the old chief at the time in 2020 And he must have been doing an interview for the news or whatever. I just seen like a voice clip. And one of the things he said was, he said something like, the fact his age and the fact that he was able to go the distance that he did is disturbing in itself. I know he said it's like he was basically saying that he wasn't being supervised at a very young age because so allegedly the story what happened at first. It's been a couple different stories, y'all. This has been almost 4 years, but in the beginning, they were saying that they didn't know where he had gone to. At least that's what was in the news. Now, with me reporting news the way that I do, I realize that the news don't always get it right. They say things wrong. They say things completely wrong sometimes. And a lot of times they do not come back and correct what they said. It just be out there. And so I know that for a fact. So I need to start doing disclaimers when I'm even reporting this because I get my information from the news because I like to have a source to back me up because I don't pull this stuff out of the sky. Hold on, y'all. So initially they were saying, the news was saying that they didn't know where he had went to, but from what I'm seeing with the mother, she said that he went to the store. Now, the story is supposed to be that he walked his dog. He came back home to bring his dog back. Well, he came back home after walking the dog, and he told his mother he was going back out. He was going back to the store. And so, allegedly, throughout the years, the mother had told somebody that he goes to the store to make money. So he allegedly helps people in and out of their car, out of the store with groceries or whatever. Now, this didn't look like a grocery store to me. It looked more like a corner store. It's like two stores across from each other because I happened to went on her page and I collected some information there. And she was actually watching one of the news clips that one of the ladies, there's an activist, I think her name is Karima, who started helping her with this. Listen, y'all, this case started out one way and then it ended up another because new information came in. And I always feel like I'm all over the place, but I promise you, I'm going to make it make sense if it don't. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start backwards, right? Because I'm gonna share with y'all the newest information that's out about this case. It blew me away. First of all, this house is about 5.5 miles or 5 miles away from where he was supposed to be at. So if he was a kid that was helping people with their groceries, it is a possibility that he could have been helping somebody and they got him into the car or lured him into the car. Like, hey, you can make some more money doing this. I don't know, but he absolutely was lured to that house. Now, that house is connected to Spectrum Spectrum Health, right? Spectrum bought this house and they or LLC. I forgot the name of it, but I think they're gonna say it in this video I'm gonna play. They bought this house and they had people staying in there that had substance abuse, mental issues, possibly some people treating it as a halfway house and all kind of stuff. How did this 12-year-old end up in that house? Well, over the years, it has been reported that some pretos live there. You know, over the years, I just found out yesterday or earlier this morning. Do y'all know that there has been 4 body calls to this residence? 4. Now, with that being said, you would think that with this boy coming up missing, they would have looked for him. First of all, that should have been the first house checked. If there was a house in the area, that should have been the first place they went to look. Now, mind you, they have had 4 body calls to this house. Tell me, why would they come and collect the bodies and not check the house? Because to me, that seemed like that should have been, definitely should have put that house on the radar. I now see why neighbors were scared to speak on camera. Some of the neighbors said that there was one time she was walking her, I think strolling her baby or something, or either walking a dog, and somebody came out of the house, some woman came out of the house welling a bat. Another neighbor is suing the owners of the place because there was a fire started at the house that caught theirs also on fire, causing over $100,000 worth of damage. So this house has been an eyesore and a real nuisance for these people in this neighborhood. One lady said if she could move today, she would. Well, they asked her, would you move tomorrow? She's like, I would move today. But let me tell y'all, so the body calls that they got. Please share this out, y'all, if y'all can. Shout out to young Riaz. Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming in. Please share this out for your girl. We need to get some more people in here. But shout out to the people watching. Please smack the thumbs up. Let's get it circulating. So they found 4 different bodies. Now let me give y'all the dates. Jaylen went missing August 4th, 2020. Do y'all know their first body call was 2 months later after Jaylen went missing? June 23rd of 2020 was the first body call they got from that house. Had they checked the residence, they would have found Jaylen too, who could have been alive the whole time. He really could have. I don't know how long he's been deceased because they don't know. They haven't told us that yet. So the first body call was June 23rd of 2020, 2 months after he went missing. Another body call, well, the first body call actually was 9/11 of 2022. The second body call was 6/23 no, shoot, I had it right the first time. 6/23/20, 9/11/22, 8/26 of 23, and then when they found Jaylen, which was April 12th of 2024. Now, why wasn't that house on the radar? That house is so bad. You found 4 bodies in or around that house because one of them was found in the front yard. So who want to live there at this point? That house and all the spirits in the house, like that house need to be torn down at this point. It is absolutely ridiculous. So I'm going to go ahead and let this video play, y'all. This is crazy. I could not believe what I was seeing. Let me know if y'all can hear me okay, too, in this clip when I start playing.
That vigil for Jaylen Griffin getting underway right now here at the Central Terminal. You can see many members of the community and family with shirts and balloons reading "Justice for Jaylen Griffin" behind me. But in the shadow of this memorial, questions still loom about the house Jaylen Griffin was found in. Through police logs, News 4's learned that there were 4 separate calls for dead bodies across 4 years at 107 Sheffield Avenue.
DOA 107 Sheffield, bodies been there a while.
These 911 logs reveal the troubled past at 107 Sheffield Avenue in South Buffalo. More than 160 complaints have been made to police since 2007. Those include domestic violence, fire, and mental health calls, to calls regarding the discovery of dead bodies. According to Buffalo police records obtained by News 4, a welfare check in June of 2020 turned up a dead body at the multi-unit house. Then in September of 2022, a dead body call resulted in an arrest. We requested further information on if a dead body was actually discovered from this call. And nearly 1 year later, in August of 2023, a dead body was found in the yard of 107 Sheffield. And most recently, on April 12th, the nearly 4-year search for 12-year-old Jaylen Griffin came to an end when he was found dead in the attic of that Sheffield Avenue home. Neighbors who would not go on camera tell News 4 they've seen several different tenants over the years come and go from the property. In fact, one neighbor has an active lawsuit against the owner of 107 Sheffield, Sunrise West LLC, a tenant there, and Spectrum Health and Human Services, alleging negligence which led to property damage. The suit alleges the tenant was placed there in the apartment through Spectrum Health and Human Services. A spokesperson for Spectrum tells us they cannot comment on pending litigation, but are cooperating with authorities investigating 107 Sheffield. We also reached out to the New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision to see if this South Buffalo home is used as a halfway house. A spokesperson tells us they do not have a housing contract with the landlord. However, they believe parolees have lived at the house in the past. As for the landlord, Sunrise West LLC, little is known about the company registered to a Hamburg post office box. We have a call to their lawyer and are waiting to hear back. That vigil for Jaylen Griffin getting underway right now here.
Yeah, so they were literally getting ready for his vigil when all of this information is coming out. Literally setting it up because his birthday was just Monday. He would have turned 16 years old. And what do y'all think about that? This is absolutely wild. And so my heart goes out to this family. Can you hear me? Wait a minute, you didn't see the clip? Let me know if you can hear me. Now, I know good and well my audio better not have been out this whole time. Hold on, let me do... Oh, okay. All right, shoot. I hope... did you hear everything I was saying before that? Did y'all see the clip okay? Oh, it was you. Okay, girl. Look, I was on a roll over here. I was on a good roll. Okay. So let me... But yeah, so my heart goes out to this family. Thank you, Miss Patty. I'm gonna read this article, y'all. This is from the Daily Mail, and they wrote this today. So I'm gonna just read it, make sure, it's a few more details in here. So the house where the 12-year-old boy was found has a chilling past. Jalen's body was discovered last Monday in the attic of 107 Sheffield Avenue in South Buffalo, New York. When the police discovered his badly decomposed body in the attic just a few months after his mother's own death. Now, his mother was only 48, and she died at the end of September of 2023. So we're going to go through some things because I went and looked on her page just to see what, she had several channel pages over the years, and I went through all of them. So I put up a few things from there. Y'all know I be looking. I be wanting to know what I want to know. And so the way that he was found is that a maintenance worker was up there in the attic and they seen something over there. They didn't know what it was. They didn't want to open it, but they called 911 unsure of what it was. Now, one of the things that they pointed out is that this house literally, everything is on Google Maps, y'all, right? I don't know who goes around taking pictures of everything. I'm assuming some type of drone. They taking pictures when they do it or whatever. But in previous years on Google Maps, the attic window had been closed for years. Then from like 2020 on, and then at some point it closed again or something. So that was a change that people could see literally on Google Maps, that window was all of a sudden open. But my thing is, come on now. We know that unalive bodies have a horrible odor. So I don't even know how the neighbors didn't smell it. I don't know if they had it in a barrel. It couldn't have been. I don't know. I don't think it was in a barrel. But how did nobody smell nothing? Who was living in the attic? It seems to me that this was a house that somebody lived in every crevice of that house. So I wouldn't doubt if somebody had the attic as a bedroom. Now, one of the people that lived in the house that was a offender, he actually got arrested a month before this discovery of Jaylen. So where was he sleeping at? Somebody knows something. And look, they said there has been 163 police calls to this house. 163. Okay. And so, but this house of horror has a dark history. Jaylen was the fourth body they found on the property over the last 4 years. A series of 911 calls revealed that the address had been subject to more than 160 complaints since 2007. It was 163 to be exact. but they said 160. But anyway, ranging from domestic violence to fires to wellness checks to discovery of bodies, local police records found that a call for a welfare check at 2:18 p.m. on June 23rd, 2020, resulted in a discovery of a dead body at the upstate New York house. And so separately on 9/11/2022, a report of another dead body at 2:27 p.m. and it resulted in an arrest. So who are these people too that they're collecting? Who are they? Are they children? Are they adults? What's going on here? I mean, I'm sure that the lady that went to look for this information, that she's gonna have the rest of the information for us. Like, have they found out who these people were? Like, seriously. Because it just seemed like they just go collect bodies and keep it moving, allegedly. Because like I said, y'all, if all of this stuff done happened now prior to Jaylen, though, there was no bodies, right? But so that sounded like they had a maniac living in there in 2020. That's what it sounded like to me. That was the first one. But the fact that they knew these criminals and mentally ill people were staying there, they should have went to the house first, if they even knew that. I mean, I would think that you would have to have some type of permit to have this. This is a business that they running. All of these people in and out of this house. This is just puzzling to me. And then they've had inspections and stuff over the years too. Like, what? So anyway, that's insane. Nobody paying attention to this house. And let me tell you what, it was also 2020, the pandemic. So things with, man, that poor baby, it is no telling what he had to endure in that house. You know, my guess is that he wasn't unalive right away. He probably was alive for years, being, man, God knows what, you know. And at this point, they probably, unless it's very clear, like, you know, like if he was hit over the head or something like that, they might not even find out what happened to him. So it says another body was found in the yard of the house a year later. I mean, I'm talking about almost a year later, exactly, just a month off. September 22 and then August of 2023. After a call was put out to police at 5:27 a.m., making it a third gruesome discovery. The identities of these three bodies have yet to be revealed, and it is unclear if the cases which did not result in an arrest were treated as suspicious. Yeah, I mean, how do you not make an arrest to come into a residence to pick up a body? Like, make that make sense. Man, look, I see why these neighbors were saying all of this. I wouldn't, man, and those houses were close together too. So the eerie discoveries comes as it was revealed the address has a long history of troubled residents, including sex offenders and criminals out on parole. So what it is, they have it broken down. It's just a dang on house from the looks of it to me, but they broke it down into a multi-room home, and is not an official halfway house, but it has housed recently, in which I said that people recently out of prison, that which is not a good thing. Like, you put all of these people in one house, no supervision, no police or nothing, it sounds like, with all these dead bodies. This is worse than a trap house. Seriously, this is worse than a trap house. I mean, the most you collecting out of a trap house is, the drugs and the GUNs, not bodies usually. But they ain't collecting taxes on that, so that make it a bigger problem. You hear me? But so neighbors who chose to remain anonymous told the outlet they have been in the area long enough to see the house frequently change tenants over the years, and they already said that the house is owned by Sunrise West LLC, which is a company that has also been named co-defendant alongside of Spectrum Health and Human Services and tenant Deanna Withrow in a 2022 negligence lawsuit. So they are suing the LLC and the company attached to it. And they are suing them for $130,000. So it says the plaintiff, a next door neighbor, claims that while Withrow and her friend were smoking, she tossed out clothing and other items that caught on fire, causing $130,000 worth of damage to their house. God, dog. She can't even smoke a cigarette, right? So Withrow and her friend were smoking, and she tossed out clothing and other items. So I mean, did she do it on purpose? Like, what? She threw the clothes out, then flicked a cigarette on it? Like, sounds like on purpose to me. But anyway, I see why the neighbor is suing them if it costs $130,000 to her house. Man, listen. Look, in my opinion, and let me know what y'all think, a house like that should not be in a residential area, period. It needs to be identified. It needs to be identified as a business or something to alert people that may be moving into that neighborhood. I'm sure so many people moved out of that neighborhood after that. Man, that's worse than having a freaking bar next to you, because they there all the time, and they ain't got no job, so they just chilling on the porch, smoking and flicking cigs, burning down houses. Like, what? And this whole time, this baby is in this house with a lot of this stuff. So let me see. Now that's the first time I heard about the cigarette, causing a fire or whatever. Welcome in, Jenny. Thank you for being here. If you're still here, please smack the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so yeah, they also said they believe parolees have lived there in the past. The company is registered to that's another thing. The company is registered to a P.O. box. It don't even have an address for the company. It's just a P.O. box. Like, I don't know, but they definitely gonna get more information on that. Oh my God. Listen, I'm sitting up here looking at the call logs from golly. Some of the call logs from, let me see, from the past. And I already said it was 163, but gosh. Look, so I'm going to just read a few. Noise complaints, illegal parking, welfare checks, criminal mischief, threats and harassment, threats in progress, suspicious person, faux ambulance calls, burglary, larceny, theft, unwelcome guests, dead body, unwelcome guest threats, dead body threats, loud noise. Man, listen. I don't give a damn. I would have walked away from my whole house. Golly. Okay. I can't believe this is my first. Yes, it definitely is a house of horrors. Like, I didn't even know half of this when I came up with that title. But God, it definitely is. So What I'm gonna do now is go over, play a couple videos. I'm gonna play the video that his mother played once they got this information on the news. I think this was in 2022, and she was kind of making some corrections as it was planned, but it might be not. It's not going to be as clear as the other videos because she's playing it off of her TV. If this is even the right one. Yeah, I'm going to just let these play. That's what I'm going to do because they're out of order. Let's see what this one is.
Jaylen Griffin is on the case tonight. He went missing at 12 years old. He's been gone since August, I think, 6 or 8, 2020. And there's still no information on his whereabouts.
Karima Morris,
This the one guy.
The Violence, is working closely with Jaylen's family. They have given her permission to speak on their behalf. Jaylen, who Morris says was a true homebody and that running away is not in his nature. The now 13-year-old was last seen here between Broadway and Sears back in August of 2020.
Jaylen went to the store and he never
I walked into the store to see if anyone may have seen or recognized Jaylen from this missing poster.
It's a lot of people is coming. A lot of these people is coming and doing noise.
As I left the store, I saw another possible store that Jaylen may have visited. As I was walking, I stopped to see if this passing teen knew anything about Jaylen. We heard that he was missing.
Yeah, it was surprising because he's always in our area and stuff, and I wouldn't think of him being a person as he is to come missing.
Why do you think that?
Not a bad person, like, I don't know, he's always with somebody.
The 19-year-old also tells me the last time he saw Jaylen was 1 week before his disappearance.
It was me, him, and his older brother, and we was right here at the corner store.
They say right here at the corner store, talking about that one over there? As it was confirmed by Nick, I continued heading in the direction of the store. The owner declined to speak to me, but I did see there were several surveillance cameras in the store and a flyer of Jaylen. Where is Jaylen? The police say their investigation continues.
Just working diligently on the case. He has been registered with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and we've also received technical assistance from the FBI on the case. So
I'm hoping that Jaylen comes home 2022, and this year should be a year that everybody takes the initiative to take time to share. It needs to hit global. It should not be a person that doesn't know Jaylen Griffin is missing.
Again, this is a picture of 13-year-old Jaylen Griffin. He was last seen near the area between Broadway and Sears. He's 5'3" and weighs 145 pounds. If you have any information, please call the tip line. Live in newsroom, Jocelyn Person, 7 News.
Thank you, Jocelyn. Now to that growing outrage.
Good job.
Jaylen Person is on the case tonight.
So she said, good job at the end. She was happy that they finally put, the story is getting out more. And also throughout the years, she have not stopped posting about her son the whole time. Let me stop it right there. I'm going to go to a couple clips that I got from her page and from other places. So this is the father. This is Jaylen's father and his older brother right here, who was 21 when he got hit on his birthday, on his 21st birthday, but he survived. This was his mother, and this was the last vigil that she was at. He was missing for 3 years at that point. And right after that, she deteriorated really quick. She was only 48 years old. Her health was declining. I'm not sure what else was wrong with her besides a broken heart about her sons. I mean, losing both of her sons. Oh my God, y'all. And so I'm going to just go through these. This is the Spectrum Health and Human Services. This is the building. I went on their website to see what they offer, and pretty much is what the news said. How they help, people with mental illness and all kind of just all the worst issues that people could be facing in life. They allegedly help with that kind of stuff, but yeah. And also right here in this video, she was saying that this was the last picture that she remembered how her son looked. And at some point, they made a age progression photo of her son, which they showed it in the video that we just watched. But he was looking different, of course, than that age progression photo, according to what he was starting to look like right here. Like he was darker, he was chunky, he was, he looked a lot different from when he was younger to me, and he don't look like that age progression photo. But some of the pictures they were using, and it might have been because that's what they used at the time or whatever, but I noticed when she was wearing this shirt, she said, "This is how I remember my son looking the last time I saw him," and yeah, so those are just some things she said. My son. Now, this was in the beginning. This was August 6th of 2020. I noticed when I was looking at her page that she did not post on August 4th or the 5th. She waited until the 6th. And also the 6th was one of her grandchildren's birthday as well, because she shared a old post and said happy birthday to her grandbaby, but she hadn't mentioned that her son was missing until now. And she said, "My son been gone for 48 hours. Buffalo Finest tell me is nothing they can do. If he was white, shit would have been all different. If anyone sees my boy, Jaylen Griffin called me." This is really sad. And they also say, you got to wait 48 hours and all of this. And I've heard since I've been reporting crime that is not true. And I don't know if it's different in different places, but I do know they tell parents that, or they tell people that, period. I feel like if a 12-year-old is missing, a child under the age of 18 is missing, especially a preteen. Their parents don't know where they at, didn't give them permission. They need to be treated accordingly, because they shouldn't be out there. Their parents don't know where they are. They're in danger. And so they are looking to change that law right now. And I hope that they do. And it catches up with every state. And this is also, she posted this in August 4th of 2021. This would have been the day that he went missing a year later. You see how she wrote Amber Alert on there. They never sent out an Amber Alert for her son. They never treated it urgently, in her opinion. And you could also hear her say, when the chief was shown, she said, "And you never talked to me either." You hear me? These people, they don't be talking to these folks, man. They didn't have a clue where this boy was at. No way of tracking him. Listen, these cases are being solved by the cell phones, period, point blank. So this is, she had posted this. Now, you know what? This house looks similar to that house, but I didn't compare them though. Let me see. This house definitely looks a lot like the house that he actually was found in. I meant to upload the dang on. I need to go look at it so I could be looking at them at the same time. But I don't think it's on this phone. But to me, those houses look similar. And anyway, she had posted this because she wanted somebody from her team to go check out the address. And what alerted her to this house is another lady had made a post saying that she went up in that house and got her kids up out of there. She was like, she ain't playing about hers and all of this kind of stuff. And so she then posted that, like, well, maybe her son is there too, you know? So this person, this was August 8th at this point. This is months later. I got a good lead on where my son could be, but all my supporters is so busy. So if anyone can check this address out for me, I will greatly appreciate it. Now let me go. I definitely got to go back to the article that I was reading. I don't even know. Oh, okay. I'm a little irritated I didn't put that picture in here because I wanted y'all to see it. But, hold on. What in the world is this? But anyway, the houses look the same. When I find it, I'm going to play another video. Man, they look a lot alike. I mean, it is, it's different, but wow, they look a lot alike. I mean, it has the attic, the house that he was actually in. Yeah. Maybe this is how they houses are made, but you know, it's got the two windows at the top. It's got three kind of circular, and then there's one bigger window on the second floor. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put these side by side when I get done. Okay, moving right along. But that's crazy, y'all. And so, yeah, the person who actually posted this was her post. She said, I don't give I don't give two. She left out a word. I bet she didn't do it on purpose. Probably was typing fast. When it comes to mines, we run up in MF people. See what I'm saying? Yeah, she all them cuss words. We found them. This is a house that was a lot of kids being chilling in this nasty, dirty house, and they mother know it's on. Wow. So kids want to run away from home and then go and lay up in somebody else's nasty, trifling house. Kids be doing that stuff, but what are they running away from? Now, this is when her 18-year-old was unalive. She was posting graduation pictures, and then shoot, not too long after that, this. I mean, golly, this woman went through so much. And then to die 7 months before. Now, like I said before, 7 months before he went missing, it just blows my mind. 7 months before he went missing, his brother, 21-year-old, shot on his birthday. 3 months after he was missing, this 18-year-old was unalive coming from the store. And then 7 months before his body was found, his mother died. So I'm looking at 737. I mean, the number, I don't do numbers or anything, but it catches my attention. Like, gosh, she went through so much. She said, my son, they took you away from me too soon. Love you always, and you're in a much better place. Love you to the end of me and beyond. Wow. And then this was the last thing posted. Now, initially I thought, wait a minute, she lost her mother? Because this is on her page. But then I said, I'm like, wait a minute, she passed in September. So this is her daughter or one of her other children typing on her page. And so initially, they first started posting on the 22nd of September with funeral arrangements. So by this time, she had passed. Wow, man. That is so sad. But this was the picture that she was wearing on her shirt. And so look, this was one of her last posts, and this was in April. And she posted, "It's been 3 long years since you went missing, but wherever you are, I'm screaming happy 15th birthday. She wasn't here for the 16th, which was this Monday." Wow, y'all, this is crazy. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. I'm gonna look at them in a minute. So that's all the screenshots that I have. But yeah, he looks totally different. You could tell that he had some weight on him at that time too. But that is the picture that she was posting. That she wanted people to see him as. But you know, he changed a lot in his short years on this earth. Just from the photos that I had. I wish I would have put more of them in here, but you see how much different he looks on there. And they was actually using that, and I think that's even the picture that they based his progression photo off of too. Okay, so I got some more videos I'm gonna let play. Let me see what y'all saying. Or is it Nightbot doing all this talking? Yeah, it's crazy, BFF. A lot. Welcome in, MBBM, the Red House. Yeah, but both of them is like a different tone. Both of them are kind of on the red end, just a different. Like the house that he was actually in was a little bit, I would say, darker, but they look very, very similar. Almost like it's in the same neighborhood or something. People be going through so much. They really do. And you just don't know what people are going through. That's why they say, be gentle, be nice to people, be kind. You know, you could be the reason they jump off, or you could be the reason they get off the ledge. You know, leave people alone for real. I mean, that's really the best thing to do, because you don't know what people are going through. Everybody is mad. Everybody want what they want. It's like 2020 brought out new beast. So we got a couple more videos to play. Let me see.
This brown house at 107 Sheffield Avenue is where the body of 12-year-old Jaylen Griffin was found after a nearly 4-year search for him. Those who live in this South Buffalo neighborhood tell me it's relatively quiet, but this house is no stranger to law enforcement.
DOA 107 Sheffield, body's been there a while.
Investigators this afternoon hauled black bags tagged with labels out of the house where 12-year-old Jaylen Griffin was sadly found dead on Friday. According to police dispatch transcripts, Griffin's body was discovered in the attic of the multi-unit house by a maintenance man. We've learned through property records that the house was last sold in 2011 to Sunrise West LLC. The company is registered to a Hamburg post office box. Neighbors we spoke with were stunned to learn of this tragedy, never seeing or smelling anything. Pastor Tim Newkirk of GYC Ministries is acting as the family's spokesperson. He says his search team canvassed this very neighborhood last year.
107 Sheffield. Looks like it's going to be the side rear door. From the info from the tenant, see Chris, the maintenance guy. He believes there's a DOA in the attic. No smell. He can't make out what it is, and no one will look.
How did he end up here? Was he moved? The questions are still remaining. How long was he dead? You know, how long was he deceased? Was he found in something that was locked and had to be opened? Did a certain aroma come out and surface that was a major complaint to this community? This was like a community where if anything is taking place, somebody will report it or say something.
A homicide investigation into this case is underway. Crime Stoppers is offering a $7,500 reward for information leading to the arrest of Jaylen Griffin's killer. This brown house at 107 Sheffield Avenue.
4 years later, they coming out with all of those bags and evidence. But like I said, over the years, this house has had inspections. Did they never go upstairs? Did it not smell like a body in that house? Like, what? I mean, how long does a corpse smell? I would think forever. Because, you know, it's whatever it rotted in is still laying in. And I just don't get that part, y'all. I really don't. What do y'all think? Like, I didn't look none of that stuff up. You know what I'm saying? I could have, I guess. Let me go back to, let me see. I'm going to go ahead and play these on out. Wait a minute. I think I got something of the house. Hold on.
We were here as crime scene technicians and investigators returned to the scene. Now, we talked to a lot of neighbors here on Sheffield. No one wanted to go on camera. All of them talked about suspicious activity here at this house at 107 Sheffield. Now, one of them talked specifically about that top window in the attic, which is where police said the body was found. And he said that for many, many months, the window was open. Take a look at this image from Google Maps taken in July 2022. You can see the windows propped open, but no one suspected a child's body was up in that attic. Now both police and Jaylen's grandma are asking anyone with information to come forward. We were here as crime scene technicians and investigators returned to the scene. Now, we talked to a lot of neighbors here on Sheffield. No one wanted to go on camera. All of them talked about suspicious activity here at this house at 107 Sheffield. Now, one of them talked specifically.
Okay, I wanted y'all to see how the houses look. So it is different, but still it looks very similar to me looking at the top of the house and the second floor of the house. So I do wonder if it's in the same area, the same hood or whatever. I don't know. But let me see.
Buffalo, a family calling for help in finding a boy who's been missing since the middle of the pandemic. Tonight, our Johnson person takes us to a special prayer vigil at Buffalo's Central Terminal as a search for Jaylen Griffin.
Griffin's mother, Joanne Ponzo, is still grieving for him. As you can see, this mother can barely face the fact that her son has been missing for 3 years. She's so hurt that she's sitting down inhaling her asthma pump at the prayer vigil, surrounded by her family, Buffalo police, and the community.
Look at my baby. This is the last time I see my baby. This picture right here on this freaking shirt. This is the only picture. This one I remember my son was in.
The morning of August 4th is the last time she saw Jaylen.
Are you good? Do you need anything? I said, no, son, I'm good. I have not seen my son since 11 o'clock this morning, 3 years ago.
The morning of this mother even had some supporters' tears running down their cheeks. The founder of Bury the Violence, Karima Morris, has been in touch with this case since the beginning. She tells me in October, several law enforcement agencies took action to try to find Jaylen.
They looked around the house. They looked in the neighborhood. They went to the body of water that was said that he could have possibly been in.
The founder says Jaylen was near Broadway when he went to the store.
And Broadway is a very busy area, and it's summer. Everybody's outside. Someone's seen, someone heard, someone knows.
She tells me that even his social media has been deactivated.
Anything else that he already had up, they were gone.
Darius Pridgeon, $5,000 to Bury the Violence has been awarded to support efforts in finding missing children in the Buffalo community.
We need to unite and make sure that we have every effort to get Jaylen home.
This image, created by a forensic artist at the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, shows what Jaylen may look like today at 15 years old.
Buffalo, a family calling for help in finding a boy who's been missing since the middle of the pandemic.
So y'all see what I'm saying? That right there was the last vigil she was at. And in fact, she would have passed the following month, because that was August 4th and she passed away September. Her daughter first posted 2023 about funeral arrangements. So I didn't find her obituary, so I'm not sure her exact date that she passed. But she was having a really hard time at that vigil. You could tell that she was sick. She was very weak. They even mentioned it. And if y'all paid attention to the video, you could see that age progression photo don't look like him. You know, not even just even looking at this. I mean, he looked older on here than the age progression photo to me. But it could be, you know, the way he's sitting, what he got. I don't know. His face, he look older than he do on the age progression photo. So they do the best they can trying to pinpoint him. But yeah, no. But I believe that he was in that house the entire freaking time. And it's so sad that they did not go looking for this boy. Shout out to Money Taya. Thank you so much for coming in. How you doing? Yes, I'm glad they found him too. I'm just glad they found him. Yes. But godly. And then they didn't find him. The maintenance man found him and had all these inspectors over the years, or all of these 4 dead bodies they've been finding. If they would have went inside the house then and searched it, did a thorough search, he would have been found. Like, it's so many different instances. It's been over 163 police calls to this house. And nobody thought to search the house after recovering not one of those bodies. I'm sorry, I ain't giving them not one pass. Not at all. This is ridiculous that it took 4 years almost for this 12-year-old to be found. These houses, the house that the mother reposted, that the mother found her child in September, should have been searched. And this house should have been searched. The first thing you do, that's the whole purpose of having these people register as offenders and give you their address. So when kids come up missing, those are the first places they check. But they didn't. Because if they did, they would have found them. I mean, come on, man. Anyway, let me finish playing these videos. That's my rant about this, because it's sad. It's sad that we got to fight for the police to do their job. Nobody really helped this lady look for this boy. I looked at all of her pages. She was not getting no help. She was happy about the small things because it was a newspaper clipping that an organization had posted about her son that she was so happy about, because she wasn't getting no news coverage until now that she's dead and 4 years later. Goodness gracious, this woman went through so much.
He still has family, siblings, grandparents, and a dad, and they still want answers. So we are going to continue.
Karima remembers Joanne being a strong woman through not only Jaylen's disappearance and the years they've searched for him, but also the death of her other son, Jaylen Griffin.
Was a hilarious, strong mother who did any and everything she could to get resolved to these things that tormented her on a daily basis, like who killed her son, Joanne, and where is her son, Jaylen.
Now Karima has a big mission to complete in finding Jaylen and putting this case to rest.
If Jaylen is still in this area, whoever is harboring him is disgusting. It's inhumane to make you feel like you're better than anybody else and take someone else's child and keep them to the capacity where he has missed his brother's funeral. His mother has passed away. His nieces and nephews have had birthdays and things without him. How dare you? And whoever was the coward to have done anything to him, may you feel strong conviction in your spirit and get no rest and no peace until we get Joanne's baby home.
The group tells me the family is going to hold a balloon release tomorrow for what would have been Joanne's 49th birthday.
He still has family, siblings, grandparents.
You know, and shout out to the lady Karima. She's the one that helped. It's called, her organization is called Bury the Violence. And she became involved after her niece was unalive, from my understanding. I don't know her story, but that's the lady that has stuck by Joanne's side through all of this, when she had nobody, when the news didn't want to cover it, when the police wasn't talking to them. All that. She stood there and she said that she was going to continue. That was 7 months ago. So obviously that was before they found him. And we just got a couple more videos to play. But I pray they find who did this, though. And the good thing about it, I guess, is that it was a house that had criminals in it. So they will have fingerprints. So whoever fingerprints is on whatever bags he was found in or whatever, you know, hopefully they can pull something off from that and arrest the person if they're not already arrested, or deceased. They could have been one of the bodies. You never know. But ain't no dang on way the people who stayed in that house from 2020 on had to know it was a body in that house. And the people who own the house should have known. They should have known. Yeah, it's their fault too. It is their fault. Because it sounds like the house wasn't being taken care of, nor were the people that was staying in it.
We were here as crime scene technicians and investigators returned to the scene. Now, we talked to a lot of neighbors here on Sheffield. No one wanted to go on camera. All of them talked about suspicious activity here at this house at 107 Sheffield. Now, one of them talked specifically about that top window in the attic, which is where police said the body was found. And he said that for many, many months, the window was open. Take a look at this image from Google Maps taken in July 2022. You can see the windows propped open, but no one suspected a child's body was up in that attic. Now both police and Jaylen's grandma are asking anyone with information to come forward. We were here as crime scene technicians and investigators returned.
Now they said that picture was taken July of 2022 by Google Maps. Well, 2 months after that, they actually did find a body. And before that, that window had been closed for years on Google Maps. So who was in the attic? Who was living in the attic? Or was it just open because Jaylen was up there?
Shirley Banks has spent the last 3.5 years praying.
I can't tell you what I say. I just know I pray.
Angela Anderson has done the same.
Every morning I wake up, I pray. Before I go to sleep, I pray.
But no amount of prayer
I held that up until yesterday.
could prepare them for the news they received Monday.
And they told me that they had found him, and he was deceased.
Authorities say the body of their grandson and nephew, Jaylen Griffin, was found Friday in the attic of this home on Sheffield Avenue in South Buffalo, nearly 4 years after Jaylen went missing at the age of 12.
I was mad. I got mad because it was like, who would do that to a child?
Authorities also saying they have ruled the death a homicide and that they believe the body has been there for quite some time, but not giving any details as to how long.
So many questions, so many details, but not enough detail. Put it that way.
Leaving the family still praying.
It's not over until we find out everything.
But now for justice.
He, she, we, they, whoever, they need to answer. They need to take responsibility for what they done.
Shirley Banks has spent the last 3.5 years praying.
I can't tell you what I say.
Man, the grandmother still standing and still fighting for the great-grandson. Or for the grandson. This is sad. But he can finally be laid to rest properly. I'm guessing that they're going to have a service. I'm not sure. I know they had a balloon release and stuff like that. Let me see. This is our last clip right here.
Dozens of balloons flying high, reaching for the heavens, as dozens of people joined together Monday evening to celebrate what would have been Jaylen Griffin's 16th birthday. A nearly 4-year search for him ended with the discovery of his body earlier this week. Banks is Jaylen's grandmother.
He was a happy, back-go-lucky little kid, you know. All I can say is he's my grandson. He was bubbly, he was bouncy, and, you know, I've had good times with him.
Jaylen's dad shared with me that he wishes Jaylen's late mother, 48-year-old Joanne Ponzo, received the closure she was looking for.
I just wish she was here with me at this present time, you know, but I know that they're all together, and it's a blessing alone. Like I say, I got confirmation. And as long as I know where he's at now, I haven't got a problem with him. But it's still a long road to recovery. I'm just looking for justice now.
The question remains, who killed Jaylen?
And now that the body been found, we got work to do. We're never going to stop until that person is brought to justice, and anybody else that was involved in it. There's more to the story, and we're going to get down to it. We're not going to stop until we bring justice for Jaylen, for Joanne, and Joanne. It's all going to be justice.
But just to think that that person could really be right in our circle. To think that that person could have joined us every year. To think that that person could have been here for a prayer and for his birthdays.
Our condolences from the team. It's very sad that that happened to him. We hope that in the future, obviously, that never happens to anybody ever again.
With prayers and community support, efforts turn now to getting justice for Jaylen.
As a mother, I need everybody to speak up
speak out, open your eyes, move with vigilance, and don't keep these monsters hidden.
Jaylen, that I miss you, and I'll see you when we meet again.
Dozens of balloons flying high.
Jaylen was very much loved by his family. He was missed. They celebrated him each year that he was gone. And his mother died of a broken heart on top of whatever else she had going on with her health. Again, my prayers go out to this family. I'm happy that Jaylen can be laid to rest now. But I'm going to still follow up on it. I'm going to keep up on it. I'm praying that from this, an arrest is made. That's what I'm hoping. I cannot see that nobody being arrested because they now, the body is like the biggest piece of evidence and whatever it was in, So hopefully whatever happens from the autopsies will give us the information that we need to get somebody locked up because this person could still be on the street and a danger to everybody around them. Shoot, these people have lost their minds. And so, I literally y'all know last week, I reported a high school cosmetology teacher that was pimping out high school students with their son, basically getting hotel rooms for them, all of that stuff. We talked about that last week. Since that happened, so many different ones have been popping up in my algorithm that I have decided to do a show on all of these different. I'm talking about from coaches to gym teachers to, just these people just having their way. Police, resource officers. I thought that the family was on there. But also, I have an update on the woman right here on the second row in the middle, the white lady with the glasses, and the guy next to her, Juan Garcia. And I forgot her name, but she have a difficult last name. But she was put up on in Florida and carjacked. Wait a minute, let me see if I got all the information, I could just report it now. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that. We'll just do that, and then tomorrow I'll be reporting on something else. How y'all feeling in the chat? Do y'all care to hear this? Or have we heard enough? Maybe we heard enough. Maybe I should wait. Let me know.
Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. Lock his ass.
Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Please subscribe and press.
Thank you for sharing me. Thank you for sharing me. Thank you for sharing me. For sharing me. For sharing me. For sharing me. Thank you for sharing. Shout out to anybody that shared me out. I greatly appreciate it. We need all the help we can get. You got time, BFF? She said, let's hear it. It's not very long. So that's why I'm like, I might as well do it. But so I don't quite remember where we left off at, what I was saying, but I do know that at the time where we left off at, they had not found the people who was responsible for this. So what happened? This lady was driving from Florida, from one part of Florida to the other. She called her husband to let him know that she was being followed by a vehicle and they were literally ramming her car. So her husband told her to keep going, don't stop. That's what I later found out that he told her. But neither one of them called the police or anything. And so we had left off at the point where her husband was cooperating with the police and her brother as well. I think we talked about that. But what ended up happening is her brother, I guess he shared an iCloud with her or had access to her iCloud. And he was able to pull up her last conversation with somebody, right?
Her last conversation was with this guy at the very bottom where it says wanted at. So this is the last conversation. And he told the brother that she was coming to drop off some money and some other stuff. These people at the bottom, him, I forgot his name, and his girlfriend, her last name is Soto. The police were staked out at their house because they knew that he was the last person that she had spoke to, right? And so, yeah, they were staked out at their house. They waited for them to leave, and when they left, they went inside of their house. When they was inside of their house, searching the house, they then got a call that these two people were at the post office collecting 3 kilos. Listen, so this lady right here that was carjacked, and not only was she carjacked, but she was later found and her torch in her car, in her truck, right? So the guy that's next to her, his name is Juan Garcia. Juan Garcia is the owner of a tow company that towed the vehicle that was ramming her like the day before or whatever. So I'm thinking that Juan Garcia, the tow truck guy, got unalived for simply towing the car, possibly. Now they said that Juan towed the vehicle because it was improperly parked, but somebody would have had to call Juan to do that. They later found a crime scene with over 100 shell casings of several bullets, but one of them was a 10 millimeter gun. And so, yeah, he was unalive, just sad. And it was days before this lady was unalive. So just based off of hearing that, the way that I'm looking at it is like, oh, so he told the car, they needed that car back. Now, let me tell y'all how the car was purchased. This is how the police tracked down these people. Because remember, they had nobody. They had nobody. They didn't know who did it. The guy that jumped out of his car, he was, the guy that had jumped out of his car, he was fully masked up. Y'all, do y'all know this dude? Do y'all know? Hold on, let me go to the overlays. Do y'all know that they found this dude because he bought the car through Facebook Marketplace? Well, through Facebook Marketplace, he used his Facebook page to get the stuff. Hold on. I don't even think I got the picture in here, y'all, because I wasn't really going to talk about it. But listen, it's ridiculous. I know I got a video clip showing it. Let me go there. This dude, why was he wearing the same outfit on his profile picture that he jacked this lady up in? Why? Why was this man wearing the same outfit? Okay, so I'm gonna have to, let me see something. Let's see. Is it this? Yeah. Why was this man wearing the same outfit? Okay, so look, y'all see the picture up there where he's all masked up. Not the one where he jacking her. That's his profile picture, y'all. This man is wearing the same outfit with the cap and all. Like, come on, man. Like, are you serious? So they found this guy through Facebook because he purchased the car. Duh. Listen, when I tell y'all social media is solving all of these crimes, believe me, because people go out and commit these crimes, and then they forgot that they was on Facebook posing with a weapon. They forgot that they was on Facebook or social media posing in this outfit when they first bought it. Now, and then at some point, it just became the outfit that he wore every day, like it was some Dickies or some sort of uniform. But this is who he is. This is the face of the guy that's doing, man, like, wild. This is where they found her car torched at, in the middle of nowhere in a whole nother county. Look at that. And look, this is what I was talking about, though, y'all. Now, the weird thing is this particular car, y'all. Listen, why did they say that it was only 3 green Acuras in the whole state of Florida? 2 of the cars were salvaged, and only 1 existed, which is the one we're looking at right here. And then the other thing is they got these 10mm bullets that everybody don't have. So they have all kind of ways that you can identify them because they using special things. Shout out to Bronze in the building. How you doing, Bronze? Man, these are the dumbest criminals ever. But very, very dangerous. And it just sounds like to me, because the other part to this story is the husband. Now, remember, she called her husband. The husband tell her, don't stop or whatever, but yet she stopped at a light. This car had been ramming her. She called him. It sounds like to me that whoever sent her is the same people that set her up. Because these people knew that she was there, and she wasn't even there 1 hour. They knew where she was going to be. They knew they was waiting on her, y'all. They was waiting on her. Somebody set her up. No doubt. And let me see. Hold on, let me go back. I think I got a video here. We're going to play.
Both victims targeted, one in Seminole County, one in Orange County, without an explanation for why, and possibly by the same people.
West News' David Daniel is live for us in Seminole County to walk us through the latest.
Basically shows that the carjacking and kidnapping case in Seminole County happened less than 24 hours after an Orange County shooting death in South Orange County. That was on Wednesday evening. Dozens of shots fired in that case, and there are suspected connections between them both. A Thursday afternoon carjacking in Seminole County, with witnesses hearing shots nearly 2 hours later, and likely the same SUV on fire in Osceola County with a body inside. Late Wednesday in Orange County, a man shot and killed. Now we're told the green Acura seen in Seminole County was likely also at the Orange County murder scene. Rare 10mm rounds, also at both scenes.
It makes a better connection between the two crimes. That because of the rareness of the weapon and the round, that it's likely that our bad guys are the same bad guys that committed this crime.
At the towing company owned by 39-year-old Juan Garcia, the man killed in the Orange County shooting, a manager said it's tough right now, but they're focusing on their business and letting justice take its course. The husband of 31-year-old Catherine Aguavivas is cooperating with Seminole County investigators.
I've described the husband as cooperative. Quite frankly, I think he knows a lot more than what he shared.
Obstruction of a criminal investigation.
An added wrinkle, 33-year-old Francisco Estrella, an Orange County deputy and married to a family friend of Aguavivas' husband, now arrested.
Is the state's position that the defendant poses a danger to the community?
Estrella accused of recording a conversation with the Seminole County investigators secretly, then sharing it with the victim's husband.
We know that this deputy relayed this information to the decedent's husband, Miguel, but at this point in time, we don't know who else he may have shared. Victims are being described as being targeted, but nobody's really saying why they were targeted. And also, the suspects have not been identified, but clearly those suspects are considered extremely dangerous.
Both victims targeted, one in Seminole County, one in Orange County.
Wow. So, I mean, y'all see how the sheriff or the deputy or whatever he was, I forgot what his position was, I wasn't listening. But this guy right here, he was so invested. He was married to a friend of the husband or something like that. And he risked his whole job to sit up here and record the lead detective's conversation. This is real big, y'all. This is, it got some people in high places involved in this, I guess. Or maybe he was the only one involved. But why would he risk his job and send the information to her husband? Now, the police said they would have never known that if the husband wouldn't have surrendered his phone and gave it to him, right? They also said that they wouldn't have known that this guy had had information in his phone if he wouldn't have surrendered his phone. So they was cooperating, but at the same time not cooperating. But this guy just got all the way caught up. He put himself in it, and they was able to figure everything out. Wait a minute. Hold on. So who's the latest person of interest? So I'm seeing that some newer stuff have come out since I looked at this, because I haven't been looking at this, but I'ma definitely play some of these videos. Hold on, y'all. Let's see some of the updates. But let me make sure I got all the videos that I had in here. But yeah, he a funny looking dude right there. Happy to be a cop, I guess. But not no more. Now he is locked up with the rest of them. And I'm seeing that they got a couple, okay. So I do have pictures of everybody that they have, because the guy, this is the guy that was wanted, and I think they must have caught him. So let me go ahead and play. They only at like a couple minutes long. Let me know if y'all can hear this good or not. I think y'all can. So the ones is from like 1 day ago, 2 days ago. Wow, dude look a lot different than the other picture. This is creepy. Okay, I'm gonna play the one from 2 days ago first.
Now the third update in this tragic and heartbreaking story. Detectives are piecing every
I hate when they local.
talking with Catherine's family members, going through their phones and questioning.
Hold on, this is a low video. It ain't no reason for this video to be this damn low. It actually irritates me when people record their videos low. Like, what is your point, guy? Wait, hold on. We ain't gonna even listen to that video. How's that? Wait a minute, is it my phone? Hold on. All these sound crazy. Okay, I hope my phone ain't messed up, but let me turn down the music a little bit. Maybe that'll help. And also, let me check my clips first. Yeah, I think I played everything. Oh, no, I forgot I got that. So that's something we could look at while we playing this, but hold the heck up. Oh, man, there must be something going on with my phone. Now, how is this? This is not good. Now, let me look at a video I know should be loud. I'm sitting up here thinking it's one video, and it's probably all of them. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Because not only is it not really loud, but it's also kind of fading in and out. He looked creepy. Man. But the biggest concern are the suspects who still remain on the run. The deadly carjacking case of Catherine. Multiple cases, counties, and scenes. Yeah, that's not a good, y'all. That is not a good. But anyway, they do have the guy that had the weapon, and that is the good part. And I'm sure they're gonna get down to the bottom of things, because I just feel like if I knew, though, I mean, and probably y'all probably did too. Like, come on, it had to be something illegal that they was doing to not want to call the cops. But what man would send his wife? Like, the fact that she called her husband tells me that he knew that what she was doing, right? He knew. So what man sends his woman to do stuff like that? Because you already know how dangerous it is. Most men wouldn't want to put their woman in that predicament. And the days of times of, oh, bitch, she's a woman, or because you underage, you a kid or whatever, anybody can go to jail now. So don't give me that. Don't send me to do your dirty work and get knocked off in a horrible way. They didn't even have to do that woman like that. But the fact that the people, the last person that she had spoke with, that was the other thing that I was going to say, that the cop that they arrested, they were able to look at his phone and see that he literally, no, her brother had FaceTimed the guy. So the brother looked at her records and he seen who she talked to. So he FaceTimed her, I think from a laptop or something, to make it look like it was coming from her. But I remember them saying that he FaceTimed from somewhere, and he screenshot the picture of him and sent it to the cops. But he did not. You know how when you on FaceTime, the person that you're talking to, the box is bigger, and then you're in a little square, right? So until they got his phone, they didn't even realize that he had literally talked to the guy also. So he wasn't all the way honest with them. But we gonna see. Now I'm gonna go. I powered the phone off. I don't know if it's gonna make a difference or not. But man, I don't know what the heck. This phone. When I tell y'all this is a bad day if this phone went out, because I have two phones that I've been using for a while, and I will feel lost without both of my phones. I need them both for this reason. This was the one that worked good on the road and everything. I just tried it out. God dang.
Detectives are one step closer.
Incredibly.
I think powering it off helped it, y'all. Hold on. So this is the one from 2 days ago. Let's see what they talking about.
You know, this is now the third update in this tragic and heartbreaking story. Detectives are piecing every clue together. They're talking with Catherine's family
Can
members,
y'all hear
going
it?
through their phones, and questioning a man they arrested today.
Should I turn I'll turn the music off, but I think you can hear. Can you hear it, BFF?
Detectives are one step closer.
Incredibly complicated investigation that has twists and turns
To finding the people responsible for murdering Catherine Aguas Vivas. But the Seminole County Sheriff says that they now have two persons of interest. Jordanish Torres Garcia, who's now in jail, and Giovanni Joel Crespo Hernandez.
Oh, they got him. The dude we was just looking at with the bang gangs. They got him now.
Detectives say Torres Garcia is connected to the green Acura.
Now, mind you, they already had his girlfriend. Because his girlfriend was the one that was going to the post office to retrieve these 3 keys or whatever. Like, what? She was going to the post office to pick up these keys, and they arrested her. So, and he got away. So now they have him too.
In the crime, and his Facebook profile picture shows him wearing the same mask and outfit as the suspect in the carjacking video.
His phone number is matching the phone number that was given with the person who purchased the green Acura.
Hernandez is still wanted. Detectives say Aguas Vivas' brother was conducting his own investigation and found out Hernandez was the last person to speak with his sister before the carjacking. The sheriff says the 31-year-old's brother told detectives he spoke with Hernandez over the phone, and Hernandez told him, quote, Catherine was up here to deliver money and other stuff for a friend.
I need to do something now because I don't know what's going on.
Detectives say last week a man got out the Acura with a gun, walked up to a white Dodge, and pointed it at the driver, who was Aguas Vivas. They say the man then gets in the passenger seat, and the 31-year-old starts driving while another man in the Acura follows them. The sheriff believes they found Aguas Vivas shot to death inside the Dodge and badly burned. A case that's evolving as detectives work to bring the people responsible to justice.
He's a bad guy, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, we definitely about to.
Garcia's in jail on unrelated charges, and Hernandez is still wanted.
Oh, hold
They still
on.
don't
Wait,
know
they got.
who the other person is.
Who are these people?
Jordan Akivo charged with...
Oh, they did another press conference. 2 men facing charges in the Delhi carjacking investigation. So they got pictures of the 2 guys, him and the other guy with the bang yangs. They got them together. And we gonna see what they're saying. Hold on. Yeah, we gonna listen to that press conference because I didn't hear this. But we gonna listen to the news clip first.
The federal charge of carjacking resulting in death.
Breaking new developments in that deadly carjacking investigation. 2 people now facing charges in connection to the death of Catherine Aguas Vivas. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Matt Austin.
And I'm Lisa Bell. The Seminole County Sheriff revealing new charges and a new arrest about 2 hours ago.
Oh.
Now, this all started with that carjacking at the
Wait a minute. So 2 hours ago, this was 22 hours ago. Okay.
of East Lake Drive and Tuscaloosa Road near Winter Springs. It was captured by a witness nearly 2 weeks ago. Detectives say Catherine Aguas Vivas from South Florida was then held at gunpoint by a masked man who got out of that green Acura. The Seminole County Sheriff's Office believes they now have the gunman and the driver of that Acura in custody. We want to get right out to News 6's Kevin.
Oh, okay. So that was the last person that they did not have, and I don't have a picture of him because they didn't know who he was, but I thought that it was, I said, well, to me, it would make sense that the guy that they was looking for with the bangs was the driver, but I don't know if that's true, so we gonna find out in a minute. Hold on, dang, I ain't got no type of ice or nothing. Hold on. What the heck is in here? What? Hold on. Let me let this play.
These breaking developments, Catherine.
Yeah, the sheriff told us they believe they now have the most dangerous people involved in this carjacking off of the streets, and that is what they have been working towards since that video first.
I'm gonna just listen to this thing.
Good afternoon.
Hold on.
So
Let's see
we're
what he's
going to
saying.
brief on two separate issues, two separate news conferences, one not related to the other. First, we'll start with an update briefing on the kidnapping, carjacking, murder of Catherine Aguas Vivas.
Mm-hmm.
I will introduce formally two additional people that are involved in this investigation, and then I'll talk a little bit more about Jordan, who has been identified in the past by me at these news conferences.
So Jordan is him. Jordanish Torres Garcia. He is the one with the weapon. The one in the car, I still don't know who he was, but I think it's old boy.
As a strong person of interest. We're changing that and ultimately going to be charging him, but I'll get into those details in just one moment. The first person we'll introduce you to in this case is Kevin Justiano. He goes by the street name Kivo. Kivo came to our attention.
Oh, nope, it ain't him. It's some whole nother different dude. Wow, what kind of organization they got going on? Let me screenshot this. Why they got the cops covered up? Was they undercover or something? Okay, hold on.
Early stages of this investigation, after we saw a red Toyota Corolla at the same apartment complex where our green Acura was dropped off. This is the apartment complex where that green Acura was towed away. We saw a red Toyota Corolla, and we used video surveillance at that location to get unique identifiers, the license plate of this car, and then ultimately came back to a relative of Kivo's. Kivo has been on our radar ever since that moment. This photograph is a photograph of him being arrested yesterday by the U.S. Marshals in Puerto Rico on unrelated charges to this case.
So they fled to Puerto Rico, huh? Now they said that this Jordanish was from Puerto Rico or that he had charges from Puerto Rico. So they fled there.
Charges, the federal charge that he's being arrested for is possession of an automatic weapon and drug trafficking. Again, not related to this. He is in custody in Puerto Rico, and he will be extradited back to Central Florida to face charges in the Middle District of Florida federally for this, in addition to this investigation continuing on. Again, red Toyota Corolla that was seen at the location was registered to a relative of his. The red Toyota Corolla was seen picking up the occupants of the green Acura after what appeared to be the occupants cleaning that Acura up, wiping it down, doing other things. One of the images here, you can see clearly the Toyota Corolla. We believe that it was Kivo driving that Toyota Corolla, picking up the occupants of the green Acura at that time. In addition to that, I said we were still waiting for records to come in, and we're still waiting for a majority of the records that we have subpoenaed to come in. But one of the records that have now come in puts Kivo at the scene with Jordan of the kidnapping. So it is likely, more likely than not, And I believe it's Kivo driving the green Acura and Jordan holding the gun at the window, committing the kidnapping. And we'll get in more to that.
Yeah, why did they have to unalive her though? I mean, golly, he had on a mask. They could have just took whatever it is they wanted and never even did nothing to her. Like, oh, I guess in their mind, they didn't want to leave no witnesses, but you got somebody right behind you in traffic recording the whole thing. Not to mention the traffic light cameras and all of that stuff that was against you. Insane.
As we go on. Next person is Giovanni Hernandez. And Giovanni, as you know, was wanted out of Seminole County.
Okay, so Giovanni is the one that we've been looking at. Let me pull that back up. Nah, I'm gonna keep it on that, I guess, because yeah, Giovanni, the one, he looked different on here. Let me screenshot this. It's a more clear picture. That's him right there.
We conducted a search warrant of his
Giovanni.
home. But because this case is complicated and there's a lot of moving parts, Giovanni was first introduced into this investigation because he was the last person that our decedent, Catherine, spoke to.
Mm-hmm.
We were able to identify that in two ways. One, we received a screenshot that was sent by the victim's brother. Victim's brother's name is Lewis. He sent us a screenshot of Giovanni's photograph and said, this is the last person that she spoke to. We were able to run that photograph through a program run out of the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office called FACES. It's a facial recognition program, and it came back 98.6% likely that it was Giovanni with a Castleberry address.
See, listen, if you've ever been arrested, fingerprints ever put anywhere, you in the database. Another way that they're solving crimes, y'all, with the technology is through the what was that? Everybody was running to find Ancestry.com. They use that too to catch criminals. You know, they even use it for they use it for generational finding people. Like, oh, wait a minute, now they in the same family. Like, I'm talking about, I don't know. It was something about that Ancestry thing that I wasn't feeling. I was like, man, I ain't sending my DNA to them people. I just won't know. But if your family members did, they can narrow things down with that. So and then they got the license plate readers and just, I mean, you can't dig in your butt without somebody seeing it. You can't fart without somebody smelling it. That's how much they can see what's going on. Pretty much, man. I mean, I don't even know why all the crimes ain't solved. Because listen.
We believe our victim was on her way to meet Giovanni in Castleberry because the route that she was traveling from Homestead is a GPS route that's routed in and around.
So he set her up. Giovanni set her up, but the husband had to know some stuff too. Maybe the guy, maybe her husband have nothing to do with it, and the guy that worked on the police force was just trying. No, but what reason would he give the husband the detective's information? Now, if the cop gave the husband the criminal's information, then that would be different. But the fact that he gave him the lead detective's information and address and recorded phone calls tell me something else. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Around the location where he was at.
We're going to be here following it.
As a reminder, first we got a report from her husband, Miguel, that said that she was coming to Central Florida to visit family members. Additionally, we said that there was no family members that we could locate here. We later identified 2 family members that are in and around the area, but they were not expecting her to come up. Lewis, the brother, then gave a report to detectives that said she was on her way to Seminole County or the Central Florida area to deliver money and other stuff to a friend. We think that friend is Giovanni.
Wow, some friend. Giovanni. This man, like I said, this dude got drugs coming from everywhere. Through the mail, through somebody on their way driving. then literally you're going to pick up some, and like, I mean, who's the bigger pitcher? You know, who's the bigger guy? Because they sound like a bunch of flunkies doing all of this street work like this, allegedly.
So Giovanni was there. He was wanted out of Seminole County because we conducted a search warrant of his home. The search warrant revealed what appears to be a lot of property, likely stolen property, as well as fentanyl and other drugs and a gun. So he is now being held in Seminole County on trafficking fentanyl and possession of marijuana with the intent to distribute. That's his local charges here. Talk about Jordan again, Jordanish. So the last time we talked about Jordan, we said that he was, again, in custody on charges being held out of Puerto Rico.
Now let me get this screenshot. Well, these some bad dudes right here, man. All 90s babies, by the way.
We later released the photograph. I identified him as a person of interest. We found that he had a connection to the purchase of the green Acura. We found a Facebook profile that had a number dating back to an Orange County arrest in 2019 with his phone number. We know that he purchased the Acura. He was then seen in his profile picture wearing what appears to be the same exact clothes as the person committing the crime of kidnapping. And now we've been able to put through evidence, through records, that his cell phone was at that location. So he now is going to be charged. Kivo is going to be charged federally.
Woo-wee! Listen here. Great police work. So he went through all that trouble of getting that car back from the tow truck guy just for the car being the main reason that he got caught. Now, had he got another vehicle, they wouldn't have been able to track him down like that. Well, if they had the green Acura in any picture, they still would have went through the same rabbit hole. So they literally found this dude because he purchased the car through Facebook Marketplace. He uses real phone numbers to do it. He uses a real profile with his real name and his real picture with the real outfit on that he did this stuff in, posted up in the whole get up. I'm talking about the ski mask and everything. Do he have on gloves too? What? This is just insane. I mean, it don't get no better than that. So, and they wasn't really trying to do no serious hiding anyway. And the girlfriend is all caught up too because she went to the post office to pick up the 3 keys. Like, what? And then they said when he arrived to pick up the car, when he arrived to the BMV, I guess, he couldn't speak English. So he had somebody else with him that could speak English better. I'm figuring he couldn't speak it either, but he spoke better than him because they said all of that. And then the reason why the car never got out of the original owner's name is because he never came back to finalize things. So he got this car, didn't complete everything, so the car was unregistered. So he really thought that he was being slick. Oh, they'll never find me because this car ain't in my name. It's in the people, whoever name. Now, they said that the car was like traded in from the original owners. It was traded in, and then it ended up at a auction, and then it ended up at a buy here, pay here, which is where Jordanish ended up getting a car from that he never paid for and never got in his name and never all that. So that somebody, I believe that the tow truck guy lost his life over this stupid car because he needed it to commit this crime. Because in his mind, that car was unidentifiable. That's just what I'm thinking. So let's hear it.
With carjacking resulting in death. I've recently had a conversation with the U.S. Attorney for the Middle District, Roger Hamburg. They will be assuming a lot of these cases and the follow-up investigation with our assistance, because I think we now can look at the evidence and conclude that our victim, Catherine, was killed in Osceola County. That's where the shell casings were at. That's where the car was set on fire. We know that she was the victim of the carjacking here in Seminole County, and then they traveled through Orange County on the journey down there. but that part of the investigation is again ongoing. Again, Jordan Akivo charged with the federal charge of carjacking resulting in death, and these are some of the updates that we have now in the investigation.
Sure, real quick, nothing to interrupt. I think you misidentified. You called Jordan Akivo. They're not the same person, right?
Yep. Well, yep. You're right. So Jordan is Jordanish, and if I said that, I'm getting myself confused on some of these things.
Okay.
So let me go Kivo. Yep. Let me go Kivo. Is again. Kivo is Kevin Justiano. Kivo was the one that.
So his name is Kevin Ostiano, so they call him Kivo. Kivo.
Was arrested yesterday in Puerto Rico on the federal charges of possession of an automatic weapon and drug trafficking not related to this particular crime. He was wanted. Those are new charges. Those are federal charges. He will be extradited back here to the Middle District of Florida to face those charges federally. He was introduced to us because the red Toyota Corolla that picked up the two occupants of the green Acura moved into that vehicle. That vehicle was registered to a relative of his, and then his phone records put him at the scene of the carjacking, along with Jordan.
Listen, these cell phones, boy. If you're gonna do a crime, don't take your phone with you. But guess what? That'll still get you caught up, because it'll be like, wait a minute, for 20 years, she always had both of those cell phones, and on this particular day, that one phone stayed at home. Like, these phones will tell on you whether you got them with you or not. Even if you start powering your phone off all of a sudden and you didn't used to. So, man, listen. You got to be unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? I power my phone off all the time. Like, see, I just powered it off for a few minutes to make it act right. But I'm just saying, like, these phones. I mean, in this case, I'm happy because it's solving crimes. But god dang, they got a trail on everything we do. They know where we at in the house. Oh, she on the toilet. She been on there for 3 hours now. What is she doing? Damn.
Jordan will be also charged federally with.
Then you got your cameras telling on you. You know what I'm saying? You got, what's her name? You got Siri dry snitching on you. You know, like they can look up everything. I'm talking about everything when I really think about it, because everything that you got your attached to your credit card, they could track it. They could find out your likes, your dislikes, your pleasures, your non-pleasures, your late night searches, and like, damn, ain't nothing secret. You hear me? And they worried about TikTok taking our information. I'm worried about Google. Shit.
Carjacking and then ultimately resulting in a murder or homicide or death. So again, I'll let the U.S. Attorney's Office will be looking at this again tomorrow to determine the most appropriate charges.
And the damn TV. Look, you think you watching TV? No, TV is watching you now. You know what I'm saying? It got an eye on it. It's watching you. Like, this is so creepy. People can tap into your cameras and talk to you. Man. And don't go over somebody's house talking about them. You don't know what people got set up in their house. Like, you like, okay, let me go make a phone call outside. And you outside talking about the homeowners like a piece of crap. And they listening at you through they dang on, what's the name? Cam. What I always say, door cam. They listening at you. They watching you. Like, man, you can go over somebody's house and they literally can just talk to you right through. I mean, it's really cool, but it's very intrusive. Like, I don't know. My son always told me I move like a dealer. I ain't never been one. I'm just I just don't like everybody all up just knowing everything. Like, I don't even know.
Hasn't even come back on this yet. And again, still relatively early stages of this, but a lot of good police work, taking an incredibly
a lot of good technology work, sir. Sheesh. I mean, because if it wasn't for, I don't know how they were solving crimes before. You know what? They wasn't solving crimes. That's why so many innocent people locked up. Oh, they said he was black with dreads. Let's lock 10 of them up. Oh, well, that was the description. Hey, that's what they said. He wasn't, we can't put him on a crime scene, but he fits the description. Man, listen.
And confusing situation with a lot of moving parts and putting it into play.
Do they really need cops or just Google? Or just the internet? You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, Google Maps gonna be just sending the cops, look, we found this person, they in their house doing this, go get them. Like, I mean, how bad is it gonna get? But I'm just saying, in these cases that I'm reporting, of course we want them, but I'm thinking about the people that's not committing crimes that's getting caught up, even with cheating and stuff. They got devices you can put in shoes, you can put on your cars and all of this kind of stuff. This little boy ended up with another kid's shoe on. Look, they was at one of those places where you play. You have to take your shoes off. They had the exact same shoes. Must have been the same size, I don't know, but they had the same shoes. They put them in the same area, and they had on one of each other's shoes. And one mother had a tracking device, is some type of tag or whatever, that she had in the sole of her son's shoe. Well, the other child's mother found it and was panicking because she was like, oh my God, who's tracking my son? Who's tracking my child? So, end up getting the police involved and everything. And long story short, they ended up finding out. Her son ended up saying, I remember another kid had my same shoes. And so they just figured it out from that. But anyway, it ends up that the mother that discovered that tag, she never knew that kind of stuff existed. So now she's going to be doing that for her kids too, to be able to locate her kids. I mean, and this is not a bad thing for anybody, adults, children. A lot of people use that 360 app, and that's something that I thought about. Like, the 360 app is the app that Sade Robinson's had, and she was sharing with her mom and some friends and, her uncle and all kind of people in her family. That particular app, I know for a fact, when I first got on YouTube, I was here like a month. And I reported this case on a girl named Ashley, I think was her name. She was a girl that was in a car driving. She was singing and she was like, I don't know, I think she was coming from the bar. She was having a good time. And she dropped her phone out of the window on the highway. She got out of the car to try to retrieve her phone. Her 360 app, you could hear it beeping. So she activated it so she could find her phone. She ended up getting hit by a car trying to cross the highway to get that phone. Her mother got an alert from 360 saying that her daughter was in trouble. Something bad had happened. The app could tell that her phone, whatever happened to her phone, they send her mama alert like it's something really bad. I don't remember what the alert said, but she knew that it was bad. Like, she could tell the phone was all banged up. And so that, yes, girl, I cried my eyes out reporting that. It happened in August of 2020. Then I had just got on YouTube. I had just got here the month before. That was a case that really touched my heart, and I just felt so bad for her. And a lot of people was talking mess, well, she shouldn't have been, and she shouldn't. And it was just like, man, but gosh, she is gone. Like, she didn't think that was going to happen. And but it was a dangerous thing. But that app, that is the first time that I found out, I heard about 360. And I think that's a good app to do. Like, if you If you don't have it and you don't do this with your family, you should. You really should. I know with DoorDash, they allow you to send your location. Anytime I get on this app, people that I give my this information to, they get an alert every time I turn it on when I'm dashing. They know where I'm at. They know how long I'm there. They know everything. And so you have 360. That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm definitely gonna look into it because now that I have the space, before I couldn't do it. But yeah, all of that. I mean, I do have locations with my daughter and stuff. But I think more of us, we should probably do it with more of our family members too. But once the phone and stuff is powered off, none of that stuff helps. Look at Thug's trial. They going off lyrics and social media. Man, look at that. Yeah, exact. I think it's wrong to do the lyrics unless you can directly pin unaliving to it. Like, I mean, exactly pin it because it's lyrics. I mean, they taking the fun of rap and comedy. It has been stripped away. Period. It really has, because it's turned into something else. Let me see what else he gonna say. I didn't even finish this, y'all.
Not that we're aware of. So we think that the likely driver of the green Acura was Kivo, right? There could have been more people in that car. You clearly cannot see how many people are in that car.
Yep.
We know that the occupant that got out of the car holding the gun and committing the act of carjacking was Jordan.
He would have had to chase me. What? Get in the car. What? Hell no. Catch me if you can. We going to the police station. I mean, it would have just had to be nasty. You know what I'm saying? Because they do tell you never let them take you to a second location. Whatever gonna happen right here. They want to take you in a secluded area so they can get away. That's it. If somebody is that brazen to walk up to your car with that big old gun in your face, talking about whatever, and in broad daylight with cars around during busy hour, they don't give it. You gonna do it right here, sir? Nah, we ain't. But no.
This investigation continues to evolve, and we get records back. There may be others in that car. We just simply don't know. But we now have records that put the two at that location at the time.
And what are those records? Cell phones. Cell phones, man.
Charges for that. Again, carjacking resulting in death is the charges that they will face federally for that particular situation. Well, listen, this whole thing, I suspect from the beginning, everyone who's watched this has known it's about drugs and money. Right?
Yep.
I mean, you look at the history, the background, and again, we'll find out more specific details as this investigation goes. But clearly, there's a drug and money nexus here, right? That's probably enough motive for people that are.
And again, what man sends his woman to do this kind of stuff, man? Why would you send her to do all of this stuff alone? But she must have been about it. Man. When they said the cops didn't get caught, I'm like, it's some illegal activity going on there. Because who wouldn't call the cops? Your car being rammed and you being followed. Man, I'm calling. I don't give a damn what I got in the car. I'm calling the cops. Now, that's crazy, though, because then the cops would have came. And then she would have got put in jail for the drugs. But she wouldn't have been dead. I don't know. I mean, I'm laughing about that because it's really a no-win situation, and they was willing to take their chances with the criminal.
This type of behavior to kind of stay in business.
So for our purposes, can we refer to Giovanni Jordash on the suspect?
Well, I'll say it like before: is we think that they did it. We're going to charge them. We don't charge people unless we think that they did it. So. Suspect, we're alleging that they're the ones responsible. We would not put charges on them if we did not believe that was the case. So,
Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up. You going to jail. You going to jail. Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up. You going to jail. You going to jail.
Because that will continue to evolve, come out. But he is not being charged with the kidnapping. We are only charging the two people that were out there. We think that Giovanni's connection was the last person that our victim spoke to. We think that she was probably on her way to Giovanni's home. But the act of the carjacking, the two.
I mean, another way that they can find out where she was on her way to, was she using a GPS? That's another way that they catching criminals. They are GPSing they way to the person's house they about to unalive or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people are not smart. Some of these people, but I wondered, like, but that's right. Her brother still had access to her phone, even though her phone was torched in the car with her, I do believe. And I think Sade's phone was in the car too. But if you got them on those apps, they could still locate, just like he was able to find out who she talked to last and stuff. But they feel like she was going to his house where they wanted, because that's the last person she talked to, and that was the direction she was going in.
We're saying Kivo and Jordan, not Giovanni.
As far as her bringing and traveling to Giovanni, with what in the car and for what purpose?
It's a level of speculation, right? We don't know that for sure. I don't know that. I mean, it's difficult. I mean, she's no longer alive. She can't attest to it. But I think when we see that the last person she spoke to, that the brother said she was delivering money and other stuff to a friend, the path that she was traveling was a path towards their residence. I think that you can only assume that that's probably where. But that's my hunch.
So that's circumstantial evidence, and they can get all the time in the world just off of circumstantial evidence. So these people is definitely going down. We have reached the 2-hour mark. I am definitely not gonna go any further with this. But thank y'all so much for hanging out with me for these 2 hours. I am gonna go back to presetting my live streams. So yeah, and I gotta get back on my other channel because it's been, I think, 13 days. But at least I've been coming on over here. Please check out my videos. I did one this morning on the update, so check that out. And I'm gonna be dropping more videos also. But y'all have a great rest of the day. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me for these couple hours, and I will definitely see y'all in these YouTube streets.
Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up.
Thank you for sharing.
That vigil for Jaylen Griffin getting underway right now here at the Central Terminal. You can.
I had to literally delete some stuff so I can get to some stuff. Wait.
What in the fuckity fuck kind of shit is this?
Wow.
What in the fuck?
Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up.
This brown house at 107 Sheffield Avenue is where the body of 12-year-old Jaylen Griffin was found after a nearly 4-year search for him. Those who live in the south.
Yep, I'm sitting up here deleting stuff so I can
for
get.
help in finding a boy who's been missing.
No, I was saying, yep, I'm sitting up here deleting stuff so I can get to my exits. Anyway, y'all, we out of here. I will see y'all in the next video. Again, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And also, go ahead and hit your notifications and hit them again so they can reset or whatever. But yeah, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Make this go viral. Okay, cool, BFF. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank y'all all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to check out my video that I dropped this morning, y'all. Check out my playlist too on my homepage. Peace and love, y'all. We out.